do that little impersonation of an impersonator. That's all right, mama. That's all right with you. That's all right, mama, baby. Any way you do, well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Any way you do. Mama, she done told me. Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you fooling with, she ain't all good for you. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Any way you do. She done told me, Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you're fooling with, she ain't no good to you. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Any way you do. Cheat, cheaty, cheaty, cheat, cheaty, cheat, cheat, cheaty, 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 da 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 da. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Any way you do. One more time, mama.
I was reading here, boys, where they invented a new cough syrup.
Is that right? I had an uncle that a cough killed one time.
You did?
Yeah, he was over at the neighbor's house, hiding in the closet. You get the picture? He coughed and they shot him.
It says here somewhere in the world a woman has a baby every 7 seconds.
Somebody better find that woman and stop her.
You know, I see where unemployment is on the rise again.
Oh, I can believe that. I lost my part-time job.
Where at?
Downtown at the pork and bean factory.
How come?
No reason. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit edgy about that. There is a reason. There's a good reason.
Really?
Yeah, I was putting the beans in the can upside down. It was giving everybody the hiccups.
It says here the Baptists are having a convention in Memphis this week.
Oh, is that right? You should have been in church this Sunday. The pastor stood up, said, "I'm the pastor of this church. I make $100 a month, and that ain't enough." Then the other guy stood up, said, "I'm the associate pastor of this here church. I make $50 a month, and that ain't enough either." A few minutes later, back up in the loft, heard this voice, "I'm the organist of this church. I make $300 a week, and there's no business like show business." Yeah.
Paul, I heard you got in the farming business.
Yeah, I'm prospering pretty good.
Is that right?
Yeah, I bought me a little baby goat. It's the cutest little thing, but I didn't want to keep it outside. I was afraid a wolf or a coyote or an old bobcat might get it. So I brought it in the house. But you know how destructive them little goats are. So I couldn't leave it in the house. So I brought it in my bedroom and put it under my bed.
Under your bed? Paul, ain't you worried about the smell?
Well, no, he'll have to get used to it. I did. You know what? A loan officer, that's the sorriest human being that ever lived. I went down to see one of them the other day. Mr. Cobb was his name. I went to see Mr. Cobb at the bank, asked him if I could get a loan, and the lady said, he's right here and over the door. It said, Dexter Cobb. I went in there and said, look, I need a loan until some of my credit cards come in. And he says, son, you from the country, ain't you? I said, yes, sir, Mr. Cobb. He said, do you know what we do to country hicks here in the city? I said, no, but I know what we do with cobs out in the country.
3, 4. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, Lord, and I wasted my time. Just give me about 3 more minutes, waiter, because I got a whole lot on my back. I go back to the end, to the girl I left behind. Well, I've been to Mississippi, Kansas City too. Never met a girl that can love me like you do. Go back to the end, to the girl I left behind. Yes, she's my kind of woman, just past time. She knocked me out the way she looked me in the eye. Go back to Louisiana, to the girl I left behind. Well, she's been out, affectionable. Let me tell you what you put the back on roof. I really don't know if you know what I mean. I had to take it. All I do, I mean, it's been nice talking to you. Think I got a bad little girl waiting on down the line. Back to Louisiana, to the girl I left behind. Kansas City too. I've been a little girl that can love me like you do. I'm going back to Louisiana, to the girl that left behind. Yes, she's my kind of woman, just my size. She knocked me out when she looked me in the eye. Going back to Louisiana, to the girl I left behind. Well, she's been down, like she moved. Every turn I want you moved about the room. I really don't know if you know what I mean. I might have to take it. All we do all the years is been nice talking to you. Think I better find that little girl waiting on down tonight. Back to Louisiana, to the girl I left behind. to Louisiana. Well, yeah.
I got one now. Oh, look at that dude.
What do you got there, Paul?
Oh, man, it ain't nothing but an old car.
Oh.
I don't want that thing.
No, give him to me. Don't throw him back. Give him to me. Give him to me, Ernie. I'll tell y'all how you fix them. You ever eat a carp before?
Oh, them
Sure
old
ain't.
bugle mouth bass, I don't like
What
them.
you do is you get you a board about 2 foot long, right? You lay him on the board. You take salt and pepper, butter, baste him
What
in
kind
butter.
of board? 2x4 or?
2x4 will work fine. Baste him in butter, put a little lemon juice on him and salt and pepper him. Preheat your oven to 350, right?
Okay.
Put him in the oven and bake him for about an hour. Then you pull him out, you throw the fish away and eat the darn board.
Hey, Eddie, the other day me and Ernie went fishing on Kentucky Lake. We took our girlfriends with us, the Hershey twins.
The Hershey twins.
Yeah, one of them's plain, the other one's nuts. Anyway, we rented a boat. I had to rent a boat. My yacht was being painted at the time, you understand. Anyway, we got out there, a great big hole of water. We was casting, catching fish every cast, sometimes 2 at a time.
Well, did you catch a lot of fish?
Oh man, we caught lots of them. And we was fishing, and Ernie said, he said to me, he said, "Pardon me, Paul, but do you have any gray poop on?" I looked, but I didn't see any. I had a little mud on my shoes. Oh, I tell you what. He said, "You know, we're doing so good, we ought to mark this spot so we can find it the next time." I said, "All right," so I reached in my tackle box,
You did.
took a crayon out and put a big old X in the bottom of the boat. And Ernie looked at me and said, "That's stupid." I said, "What?" He said, "The way you marked this spot." I said, "What's wrong with that?" He said, "We might not rent the same boat the next time." I was coon hunting the other day, boys, and I was out there, and it was late at night, and it was about 9 o'clock at night, and it was dark. And old Blue got out of distance. I couldn't hear him.
He did.
I just lost plumb sight of him. So I was kind of lost myself. So I came up on an old shack, and I wanted to know, there's an old man whittling on that front porch, whittling on a piece of cedar, I believe it was. And there's an old dog in between me and him. Every teeth in his head was shining at me, and his hair was turned inside out. Just a snarling at me. And I said, "Hey, mister." He never looked up. I said, "Hey, mister, does your dog bite?" He just kept a whittling, never looked up, and said, "No." So I walked a little closer, and that old dog came out after me, scared me to death. I backed on up and got in the truck, rolled down the window and said, "Hey, mister, I thought you said your dog don't bite." That man looked up and said, "That ain't my dog."